MK and I am back with another day of 31 days of cut file fun, and today we are still working with the pear tree cut files, but I'm going to do a little softer layout for this particular set of cut files. So I have a few Heidi Swap elements here that I think are from the Carefree collection. I also have a few doilies that were gifted to me, some more Heidi Swap stuff, a few elements from, wow, another Heidi Swap, from the 49 and Market collection, and then this cute little clubhouse that is from Pear Tree. I have already created my title from some reflections or recollections, I think is what it's called, from Michael's. It was a set that I picked up a long time ago. Then I have a couple Cocoa Vanilla papers that are from the Daydream collection. I have this beautiful floral piece that is gray on the background. And then this nice fun, my one photo, this nice fun kind of mixed media-y piece, also from the Daydream collection. It's got the polka dots on the back. And then this beautiful wood grain piece from Bo Bunny. I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite collections, or favorite pieces of paper, you guys. I just am having a hard time using it up, but today I'm going to use a full sheet. I also have this weird, almost like tissue paper, but it's not tissue paper. It's the weirdest stuff ever that I got in my Creative Cuts Kit Club kit a while back ago, and I thought it was vellum, so I put it with my vellum, and then when I went to go pull it out because I wanted to put vellum on the back of my clubhouse, I realized it was not vellum. It's the weirdest tissuey, papery stuff ever. I'm going to back my entire cut file with this almost opaque piece of paper. I don't know what it's called, you guys. And then what I did was I cut out the little tag, the little flag, sorry. I cut that off because I want this to be more like a cabin rather than a clubhouse. And I'm going to incorporate this into my title on my layout somehow. I just have not figured that out yet. So I am really quickly backing my cut file. I did the entire thing in this tissue paper type stuff for a quick rough cutting of the cut file, right? So I could have taken a wood grain piece and definitely could have backed this cut file to make it look like it had shingles and all that good stuff. But I wanted it to be see-through because I want to see the wood grain that I'm going to use as my base piece. So what I'm working on now is I'm going to be putting two different mats on my photo right here. So I'm going to have a really thin mat and then another little thin mat, but I'm also going to use my distress tool to distress the edges and give it a little lift. That puts, doing the distress edges puts a little bit of dimension to my layout, but it's not so thick that it's going to make my album bulky. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a bulky album. That is one of my favorite things. I don't care how many albums it takes to get my pages in. That is just me. I love texture. I love depth. I love dimension. It's one of the things I love about this hobby. But there are several ways to get a thinner page with the same look. And so with this one here, doing the border, the textured distress edges is definitely one of those. You can still get that dimensional look, but yet it's still a thin dimension. It's definitely awesome. So I went through and I fussy cut all my flowers out. I already had my title going because I'm going to have to alter some letters because I'm running out of this alpha set. And then I pick out which elements. I don't end up using all of them. You guys, when I put something together like this, a page that I plan on putting together, I do end up pulling pieces first just by color. I don't know if it's going to make it or not. Like the tickets don't really make any sense to me. They don't have to, but they don't. And of course, I don't know where I'm going to go with this just yet because of the fact that I have all those flowers. So do I want it to be a really flowery piece? Do I want it to be a really embellishy piece? How do I really want this? But the first thing I'm going to do is work on my title. So it just says chillin' at the cabin, and then of course the cabin is the base work of my title. So your cut file does not have to be your main embellishment, in all honesty. It definitely can be, just an element for your title. It can be an element for a cluster base, to start on your layout. It definitely does not need to be front and center and next to your title or next to your photo, the main element on your page. Definitely not. And so for this one, I wanted it to be the base for my layout, so that way you got the mood and feel that I was at my cabin on June Lake for for the summer. And so I definitely, even though the cabin isn't pictured, it's not a picture of the cabin or anything like that. I don't even think I took a picture of the cabin this year. That's okay. Also forgot that I did not, I started decorating the page and getting so excited that I totally forgot to glue my photo down. So go me there. And then I'm going to tuck and weave all of these flowers. I decided I wanted a flowery page because all these flowers on this wood grain paper just look amazing. I do have a few elements that I would like to add, like the tag and the tab and the Great Escape, which this is always a great escape. Now, one of the things I did not do when it came to gluing down my cabin was I did not glue the very edge of it. I only glued the center pieces down, so that way I could tuck other things underneath if I wanted to. But I realized that once I put all the flowers down and made my little cluster at the top of the photo, I was done. I like my little L shape design that I have on this beautiful wood grain paper. I didn't cover up too much of the wood grain. And then I'm going to be using the smaller flowers that I fussy cut out that were around these larger clusters. I'm going to be using those as like a sequins effect. And then I thought I was going to have the doilies behind the flowers. And then of course I didn't, that was an afterthought, and realized, no, I don't need it. I wanted to use the doilies because of the fact that I wanted that same white outline effect that the cabin is giving me somewhere else on the layout. But I do end up liking the way it looks. So I'm going to add some white splatters by Dina Wakley. This is just the gloss spray in white. I'm going to add those accents real quick. Take some yellow stickers off of this Heidi Swap sticker sheet. And I realized it doesn't say stillness, the second sticker. It said silliness. And so I thought, oh, I wanted the word stillness. So it doesn't get that second one. But the vacay staycay vacation sticker is kind of like what we're doing. Even though we're not at home, we're at home at the cabin. And so we're staying in at the cabin, just relaxing, enjoying the lake, doing all those types of things, and letting the everyday business of home stay at home. It's just a totally different feel, even though we're in a house. I don't know how that works, you guys, but it is very therapeutic. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure to check out the 31 Days of Cut File Fun Facebook group, where all of this content is organized by the week over there. There's also a hashtag for both Facebook and Instagram if you would like to go and see who is adding to the beautiful hashtag. The hashtag is awesome because it works like an album. Once somebody puts a hashtag on it, all you have to do is search up that hashtag and you can see all the content within that hashtag. And it is growing by the minute. I absolutely love it. There is also the playlist for YouTube to see who all else is playing along with 31 Days of Cut File. I absolutely love this as well because all the content that is on YouTube is all right there. So it's beautiful, you guys. I love how contained this is this year. Last year we kind of just swung from the hip and let it ride. And a couple months later, everybody was having a hard time trying to find the content, and so was I. So now it's all organized and in a few spots to be able to find it depending on your method of wanting to view it. So if you want to view photos, it's the hashtag. If you want to view videos, it's the playlist. If you want to see all of it, it's the Facebook group. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it, and I will check y'all later.